In every given situation, there is a sacred space between stimulus and response. In that space lies our power to choose our response. It is within this choice that we find growth, and in growth, we discover true freedom. Viktor Frankl. Imagine for a moment the sheer volume of decisions we make each day. From the instant we wake up, whether it's deciding to hit the snooze button, the route we take to work, or even the meals we eat, we engage in an endless cycle of decision-making. Though many of these choices may seem insignificant, they ultimately shape the path we walk. It is the quality of our decisions, big and small, that determine not just our external circumstances, but the kind of person we become in the process. How many times have we reacted quickly to something, a heated argument, a tough decision at work, or even a simple disagreement, only to regret it later? Those rash decisions are often driven by emotional responses or impulsive urges, stemming from moments when we fail to take a breath and reflect. But in those very moments, there exists something profound, a space, a pause. And within that pause lies the most powerful tool we possess, the ability to consciously choose our response. As Viktor Frankl so eloquently noted, in that response lies the key to our personal evolution, our emotional resilience, and our freedom. In today's discussion, we'll take a journey into understanding this concept of space between stimulus and response. We'll explore how to harness it, and more importantly, how to use it to make decisions that reflect who we truly want to become. By the end of this video, you will have a deep understanding of 20 transformative strategies designed to help you slow down, pause, and cultivate the wisdom necessary to make deliberate, thoughtful choices in every area of your life. Let's set the stage with a simple thought experiment. Think about a time when you reacted impulsively to something, a situation where emotions took the wheel and logic was left at the back seat. Perhaps it was a hasty response during an argument with a loved one or a career decision made in a rush. Now imagine if, in that moment, you had taken a brief pause. What if you had allowed yourself just a few seconds to gather your thoughts and emotions before reacting? How different might the outcome have been? This is the power of the pause, the space between stimulus and response that can dramatically alter the course of our lives. And in this video, we will uncover practical tools, ancient wisdom, and modern strategies to help you master the art of decision-making through intentional pausing. Understanding the space, the core of human freedom. Before diving into the specific techniques, it's essential to understand why this pause is so important. Most of us live in what can be described as reaction mode. Events happen around us, some favorable, others unexpected or even distressing, and we respond automatically. This autopilot mode is driven by a combination of our past experiences, ingrained habits, and often unchecked emotions. While some reactions might serve us well, others can lead us astray, causing regret, misunderstandings, or missed opportunities. The truth is that the ability to pause before reacting isn't just a matter of self-control. It's a fundamental aspect of our human freedom. Between what happens to us, stimulus, and how we respond, action, there's always a moment, no matter how brief, where we have the opportunity to reflect, choose, and act consciously. It's in this space that we reclaim our autonomy and make choices that align with our higher values and long-term goals. As ancient Stoic philosophers often emphasized, we may not always have control over external events, but we always have control over how we respond to them. Seneca, a leading Stoic thinker, famously remarked, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." His words are a reminder that while life may throw unexpected challenges our way, our power lies in our response to these challenges. Strategy 1. the deliberate pause. At the foundation of mastering the space between stimulus and response is the practice of deliberate pausing. This involves training yourself to intentionally create a small break between an event and your reaction. While the act of pausing may seem simple, it requires practice to become a consistent habit. Start with small moments in your day, perhaps when faced with a minor irritation, like a frustrating email or a rude comment. Instead of reacting immediately, stop and take a slow, deep breath. This breath acts as a bridge between your automatic reaction and your conscious response. In that moment, ask yourself, what's the most constructive way to handle this? Pausing doesn't mean inaction or avoidance. It means taking control. It means allowing yourself the time to step back, assess the situation, and respond in a way that aligns with your values, rather than being driven by emotional impulses. And over time, as you make this pause a habit, you'll find that you begin to respond to life with more wisdom and clarity. Method 2. The rule of 3 breaths. When emotions are running high, sometimes a simple pause isn't enough to break the cycle of reaction. This is where the rule of 3 breaths comes into play. When you feel yourself on the verge of reacting, whether out of anger, anxiety, or frustration, commit to taking 3 slow, deep breaths before doing anything else. This brief but powerful practice helps activate the parasympathetic nervous system, which calms the body's stress response and brings your rational mind back online. With each breath, visualize yourself gaining more perspective, creating more distance between the stimulus and your potential reaction. As Marcus Aurelius, another great Stoic philosopher, advised, the mind adapts and converts to its own purposes the obstacle to our acting. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. By taking these 3 breaths, you turn what could be a reactive moment into an opportunity for growth and reflection. Method 3. Cognitive reappraisal. Another powerful tool for mastering the space between stimulus and response is cognitive reappraisal. This technique involves consciously reinterpreting the meaning of a situation in order to alter your emotional reaction. In essence, it's about choosing to view a challenging event through a different lens. For example, let's say someone criticizes your work. Instead of immediately feeling defensive or hurt, practice reframing the situation. This feedback is an opportunity for me to improve, or their criticism might reflect their own struggles, not necessarily my performance. By shifting your perspective, you transform a potentially negative stimulus into a constructive experience. In fact, research in psychology supports this technique. Cognitive reappraisal has been shown to reduce stress, increase resilience, and promote a more balanced emotional response. When you consciously reframe a situation, you reclaim control over your emotions and empower yourself to respond in a way that's aligned with your values. Method 4. The 10-second rule. Let's move into another practical tool, one that provides a buffer between your instinctive reaction and your thoughtful response. The 10-second rule. Whenever you're faced with a situation that triggers a strong emotional response, count slowly to 10 before you say or do anything. During this count, allow yourself to process what just happened without jumping to conclusions or letting your emotions dictate your actions. The beauty of the 10-second rule is its simplicity. Anyone can implement it in daily life, whether you're on the verge of sending an impulsive email or preparing to speak in a heated discussion. The extra few seconds can provide enough distance from your emotions to engage your rational mind and make a more deliberate choice. This technique is supported by the Stoic philosopher Epictetus, who advised, "We cannot choose our external circumstances, but we can always choose how we respond to them. By counting to 10, you remind yourself that you are in control of your responses, not at the mercy of the emotions of the moment. Managing emotional triggers. Let's shift our focus to a critical element of conscious decision-making: managing emotional triggers. Emotional triggers are external events or internal thoughts that provoke a strong emotional response, often leading us to react impulsively. Method 5. Naming the emotion. One of the most effective ways to manage emotional triggers is to simply name the emotion. When you're in the middle of a heated moment, pause and mentally label what you're feeling. Are you angry, frustrated, sad, disappointed? Research shows that naming your emotion can significantly reduce its intensity and provide clarity. For example, if someone cuts you off in traffic and you feel a surge of anger, stop and say to yourself, "I'm feeling angry." This simple act of naming the emotion creates enough distance from the feeling for you to engage your rational mind. It allows you to step back and consider whether reacting in anger, honking the horn, yelling, or tailgating the offender is the best response. By naming the emotion, you're no longer at the mercy of it. You're acknowledging it, but not letting it control your actions. As the philosopher Epictetus reminds us, it's not the events themselves that disturb us, but our interpretation of those events. Naming your emotions helps you see the situation more clearly and respond more constructively. Creating mental space through perspective. In the rush of daily life, it's easy to get caught up in the immediacy of events, reacting to everything that happens as if it were of equal importance. But sometimes, the best way to create space between stimulus and response is to shift your perspective.